I got some new jokes that work on campus. Ready? Knock, knock.
Who's there?
The patriarchy. Oh, man. Oh, I love that. Okay. Why did the chicken cross the road?
I don't know.
To fight the patriarchy. All right. Okay. You ready for this one? What do you get when you make a stupid, harmless joke to a professor of gender studies in an elevator?
The patriarchy?
Ostracized. He was ostracized. Last month in San Francisco at the annual conference for the International Studies Association, Richard Lebaugh, political science professor at King's College in London, made a joke in a crowded elevator. Oh, my gosh. Simona Sharoni, professor of gender studies at Merrimack College in North Andover, Massachusetts. My gosh, just listen to that. Professor of gender studies at Merrimack College in North Andover, Massachusetts. Could it get more snotty than that? Anyway, she had elected herself button push, triggered, okay, and asked what floor everybody needed. And so the voice of the 76-year-old New York-born Richard Lebaugh said, "Ladies' lingerie." Oh, my gosh. It was... Now, a couple of people laughed. Maybe people rolled their eyes. But one did not get off that elevator and get on with their life. They couldn't. The brief exchange has ignited an academic version of a forest fire. At the same time, the sheer hysteria involved has turned the incident into a modern knock-knock joke where a campus feminist professor finds a way to make every interaction about gender. This woman needs to get a life. Ruth Marcus wrote about the incident last week in the Washington Post. She said it was a lame, outmoded joke, the sort of thing that you say in a crowded elevator to alleviate the discomfort of being jammed along with strangers, in an uncomfortable room where nobody is saying anything. It's an artifact of the days of fancy department stores with operators announcing the floor stops. Hello? The days of women feeling compelled to stay silent in the face of sexist remarks or conduct are thankfully on the way out. But hear something. Say something. But by all means, not every stray statement by a 76-year-old man warrants a resort to disciplinary procedures. For goodness sake, let's maintain some sense of proportion and civility as we figure out how to pick our way through the minefield of modern gender relations, end quote. If explaining a joke is a quick way to ruin a joke, then explaining a bad joke is even worse. But even worse than that is becoming outraged by a bad joke and then turning it into a cause for activism. Can this country come back to common sense? Comedy sometimes pisses people off. Yes. Sometimes it's offensive by nature. Its offensiveness, now hear me out, is oftentimes a mechanism for exposing an ugly truth. In other words, now this is going to come as a surprise. In other words, people say things that they don't actually believe in order to make a point or just to get a laugh. We used to call this a sense of humor.